What's up, people? Let me go get this right here. Fix this a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here and there. Oh, straighten up these things. Oh, well, what a glorious day. It is a beautiful day out here on the Gold Coast of Australia. It is actually raining, and I freaking love it. I love rainy days. Why? Well, rainy days remind me of Ireland for some reason. I would say rainy days remind me of Houston. No. Houston, it rains a freaking lot. Yes. And the rains are torrential downpours for at least like a couple of minutes in the afternoon every summer day about 3:30. And it's just like, then it's done. And the mosquitoes attack. So, yeah, that's always a freaking rare treat. So I'm going to do a podcast today. So let me set up my my ghetto setup podcast action. That's right. We are high tech in this Airbnb, baby. I got some books. I got a candle. I put it all up here. I slap my microphone right there. Yeah. Now you can see it. I'm like, hey, what's going on, y'all? How was everything? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Cool. Yeah. So this way I can get a little bit better sound here. I know it's not the best setup in the world, but you know what? This is what I have for now. When we move, probably invest in a little bit more. Andy Martin, how are you? Just started watching Ava. Good for you. Strap in, son. Strap in. Gets weird. When you're done with the initial series, be sure and listen to the end. I don't know if they have it. I don't know if you're watching on Netflix, that ain't me. So never mind. If you're watching the originals, that's me. But either way, whenever you're done, Google this: Spike Spencer, Shinji rant, or Evangelion Shinji rant. Very cool. Hey, Mike Morales, what's up? It's Mikey, Mr. Spanky. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm going to be doing a podcast today. This is this is one of those times when I'm just like off the cuff because I just got a divine download. You know, I was doing some of my mind feed in the morning, and it's like, you know what? Talk about it today. And I'm going to be talking about forgiveness. Now, I've talked about forgiveness in another podcast early on, but this one's different. I talked about forgiving yourself before. This one is going to be talking about actually forgiving other people because it's something that I deal with. And I think we all do in the things that happened in our past. And then we carry them with us into the future. And whether we know it or not, it's in our subconscious, it's ingrained in there. So you got to go in deep and pull that junk out. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Let me do a little quick mic test just to make sure that I'm talking correctly and that you can hear me and I'm not blowing out the speakers, which I kind of am a little bit. Here, let's gain that down. Gain that down a hair. That's a little bit better. So a little bit more. There we go. How's that? A little bit better. Okay. Yeah, we're in the zone. We're in the zone. We're moving. We're in the zone. We're grooving. Yeah, I was a cheerleader in high school. That's right. I did that. Yep. And before that, I was a breakdancer. So, go figure. Crazy pants stuff that happens in the world, for which, the world that I live in. I'm just saying. Lots of crazy stuff. And now I'm coming at you where? Live from the Gold Coast of Australia. That's right, baby. Live from the Gold Coast of Australia. Good to see you. Anyway, so I am, what am I doing here? I'm just looking some stuff up here. Looking through, and getting ready to do my thing, y'all. Getting ready to do my thing. All right. What is going on? What am I looking at here? Okay. So, welcome. Hey, Luigi. Yes, I am going to podcast today. So, I'll be podcasting in about 7 minutes or so. We're going to be talking all about forgiveness today. I'm going to go in on it, and we're going to kind of hash it out a little bit. And see how everybody's doing today. Letting you guys know the Reluctant Heroes journey is open again. Luigi, Andy, Mike, Ashley, everybody that's on here. You need to know. You need to know. Well, Mikey, and a pleasure. Hey, Mike, are you in the old school, the old school hangout group on Facebook? I bet you are. You might have saw me there. Just checking. If you're not, I'll invite you into that thing. It's freaking. It's all old school Houston. It's amazing. So, well, Mike, since you don't know, this is Mike, somebody I've known for a while back in the day. So you're not. I'll send it to you. I'll do it right now. I think you'll dig the hell out of it. It's funny as hell. It's crazy. Ask who. What you doing in LA, man? I just looked you up. I was like, what? What you doing out there? Though I just added you on Facebook. Though, how about that? See, isn't this cool? The kind of stuff you can do like that. It's just crazy. It's crazy. What is that? Hold on, I have to look at something else. Pop up. Oh my God, that is her. Holy moly! All right. Anyway, yeah, it's old school stuff, dude. Here it is. Old school hangout. Invite. What? Hold on. It's not saying I can't do that. Doesn't make any sense. One sec, everybody. Yeah. Oh, it's not letting me do it. I don't know why. We'll figure it out later. I got stuff to do. So for those of you that don't know, for so Mike, I'm an actor. I went out to LA. Well, I was in Houston until 2005. I'm going to talk about this a little bit today, actually, on the podcast because some shit happened. Hey, I think you were there. So I left, went out to LA in 2005, and then I stuck with the acting, but nothing on camera. Nothing on camera happened. I went into voiceover because I'd done a lot of voiceover stuff with AD Vision out of Houston anyway. So I've been doing voiceover the last 15 years mainly. And then I'm turning into a coach. I've been speaking, internationally on relationships, communication, connection, and coaching people on dating and relationships. And I wrote a book, Food Game, A Man's Ultimate Recipe for Dating Success, which is how I dated, got back into the game in LA, did very well, and then met my absolutely amazing wife. And we've got our 3-year-old. And now we're here on the Gold Coast of Australia because I was appearing at a convention in Melbourne and the Gold Coast. And when COVID really hit, Tom Hanks came down with COVID and he was like 2 blocks away from us. So we decided to stay here for a little while. I'm like, it'll blow over in a couple of months. It'll be fine. 7 months later, we're here and we freaking love it. So I've been down here 8 times before anyway, so I know Australia really well. But I can do, I do voiceover from here. I just worked with Burbank a couple weekends ago, and I do voiceover from here anywhere for animation, video games, yada, yada, yada. Google me. Just type in Spike Spencer, IMDb, Internet Movie Database, and you'll see about half of the roles I've done. They only list half or so. And that's what I've been doing. So now I'm coaching, and I just did a master class on how to save your marriage during a pandemic last week and finished that up. Now I'm opening my membership group, Reluctant Heroes Journey. You guys, I want you to get on the wait list. Let me post that right now. And I've got a podcast that I'm about to do live here. Here is the Reluctant Heroes Journey, guys. I'm opening it up on November. Hold on. Get in line now. There we go. Bam. So that is the Reluctant Heroes Journey waitlist. If you are not on that waitlist, you better get on, because once I open up on the 1st through the 7th, that membership group is only open for that week. And it's at $15 now per month, but you lock it in. It will go up. I think I might do 2 more launches, and then it'll be at the set price, and it'll stay there from then on. But you can lock it in now there. And it's a great membership group. click on that link and it'll give you a little bit of info, which is really awesome, and some testimonials from some folks a lot of the folks join us on here, guys. So, and you know that. Some of you that have been here for a while. And anyway, so today, let's move forward, and we're going to talk about forgiveness. And like I say, it's something I wrestle with. So get ready. We're going to do that in a couple minutes. And let's see, my wifey and baby boy are out running around. We were just having some cappuccino by the beach, and it was pretty awesome. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Just got to tell you, it was pretty awesome. I mean, the beach, Gold Coast, Australia. It don't suck. Even in the rain. I mean, you know, it's completely overcast and rainy, and it's beautiful and awesome still. So, bravely and intense. Yay. Thornton. Popeye. Yeah, buddy. Popeye and I stay in close contact. Whenever I go back home, it's a bromance. We get together, hang out. And I gotta tell you, last time I went down there, well, we got to sit back and over at his place. I did a voiceover marketing class for LinkedIn mainly, and we got to hang out afterwards and smoke a cigar and have a little scotch. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And you know what I miss? Now, Mike, you're in LA, so you know the feeling. I miss Whataburger. Every time I go back, Whataburger, baby. The closest Whataburger to LA is Phoenix. And so anytime I go to Phoenix, Whataburger. And of course, barbecue. Oh, barbecue. Dude, there's a place on La Brea. On La Brea. I want to say it's Bledsoe's. On La Brea between Melrose and Wilshire. There is a barbecue joint. Pretty damn good. Almost authentico. They gave me a Shiner Bach hat. So I was pretty happy about that. Oh, you're in Houston now. Okay. Well then, fuck it. You got all the good food, dude. I'm here in Australia. I can't find bacon. Tex-Mex, they don't have it. I make it. I make my own salsa now. Found a recipe for papacitos and tweaking with that. And it's just, I'm still getting there. Still figuring it all out. But yeah, no bacon, no barbecue, and no Tex-Mex so far. I'm sad. I need some chili powder. Real freaking chili powder. Do it. All right. So let's get this started, guys. It is 12:16 now. As most of you guys know, I am podcasting, so I cannot respond till I am done. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here it comes. Bam. So you guys that have been here for a while, you know how it goes. I'm going to go for about 30 minutes. I am recording this, so it's going to go into my iTunes podcast, the Mind Scrambler podcast, which you guys need to check out. Or you can go to my website, spikespencer.com/podcast. Check it out. So this will be about 30 minutes, and then I will be back with you guys. So if you guys have to go anytime between now and then, I wish you all the best in all things. Let's do it. How did I do that? Okay, I just knocked my computer completely off. All right, here we go. All right, welcome to the Mind Scrambler podcast. I am Spike Spencer, your host. And yes, I can believe it's not butter. Maybe I'm one of the few people that feel that way. If you guys remember that I can't believe it's not butter commercial back in the day, and it was who was shilling that? It was Fabio. Okay. Now, so when I moved from Houston to LA, the first famous guy I saw was Fabio in the Staples parking lot. And he gets into this big ass truck. And I'm like, I see him, we lock eyes. I just kind of give him a nod. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, what's up? And that was it. I was like going, I'm in freaking Hollywood. That's crazy. Crazy pants. All right. So let's get started. Today is October 22nd in the year 2020, while we're still in this crazy COVID pandemic ridiculosity. And don't get me started on that. You've heard me probably, if you've been listening to my podcast, you've heard my feelings on all of that. So today we're going to talk about something a little bit bigger And it's something that a lot of people I work with struggle with, and it's forgiveness. And my working title right now is I Forgive You, you dick. Feel that for a second. Why do I call it that? Well, because I'm fun with titles, number one. You guys know that. See some of my podcast titles and you'll know. I thought about it this way. Forgiveness. There's so many gurus out there and all these people who are all woo-woo and light workers and all that. And I'm in that realm. I'm in that world. I'm more of a skeptic. So it's like, okay, I understand a lot of the woo-woo works, and they can show it scientifically now how a lot of the woo-woo actually works. And if you think of it, you break it down like, crystals or whatever, and people are like, that stuff doesn't work. It's like, well, it can. Belief has a lot to do with that in all realms of the woo. Because if you look at like placebos, sugar pills, you tell somebody, the subconscious mind, this is going to fix you. This will take away your pain. And they go, okay, great. And they get it. And then their body feels like, oh boy, that's all great. Oh, I love morphine. It's like, yeah, we just gave them some sugar. But your mind acts that way. Your mind is so incredibly powerful. Your subconscious in particular is so incredibly powerful. So, and I work with the subconscious a lot. I deal with neurolinguistic programming. I'm an NLP certified coach. I deal with bank personality codes. I've studied with a lot of the big teachers out there. And it's so interesting when you have the knowledge and you are self-aware enough to work it on yourself. A lot of people will spout things. They'll spout opinions, they'll spout trainings, they'll spout catchphrases. You go online and everybody's like, oh, here's the latest meme that's all about positive thinking, positive growth. Well, it is all good. Absolutely. Positive thinking, positive growth, self-help, it is all good. I also can say it's also bullshit. Why? Why would I say it's also bullshit? Well, because most people do not utilize it correctly. And here's why. Here's why forgiveness is such a powerful thing. I'm going to get to that in a second. I want to give you a little basis as to why this is so important. And I've covered this in several of my other podcasts. So this is just a quick rundown. See, positive thinking is nuts in some ways if it's like, if it's fake and phony. If it's like, well, I'm positive, you've got cancer, which we reject, or something terrible has just happened. You're like, but I'm positive, everything's great, everything's wonderful. And deep down that is not the truth. Well, your subconscious knows that, your heart knows that. It's like what I said in which podcast that I go over the intention stair step, which is if you say something that your heart does not believe, then your heart's going to call bullshit. Your heart's going to say, I don't think so. So I'm a millionaire. Fake it till you make it. Well, no, that's not true. That's not right. Because if you say I'm a millionaire, your heart doesn't buy it. Your heart's going to go, no, you don't. And so what happens is you're actually going to go against the things that you actually want. So that's where the intention stair step comes down. Say something that you believe, something that is true. So if you say, oh yeah, I forgive that person. And then in your next breath, you go, I hate that dick. What a horrible. I wish terrible things upon that person. Well, then you really haven't forgiven them. And believe me, I know how hard that can be. So we're going to talk about that a little bit because this is part of my journey as well. And you guys know I'm open with you about the things that have happened to me in my life and how I'm dealing with them. Some of the good, some of the bad, the ugly. I'm further along than many of you. And that's why I can coach these things because I have the tips, the tools, the techniques, and the training, sure. But I also have the life experience. I've gone through these things and applied them to myself. And that's what I'm bringing to you guys today because I was reading again a great book that I recommend to everybody, and this was recommended to me by one of the coaches I've worked with, Jim Fortin, and he's absolutely amazing. He's got a fantastic podcast, and he recommended The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which I absolutely adore because I love the old school books. Which these old school books like The Science of Getting Rich or As a Man Thinketh, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Think and Grow Rich, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of these are the basis of personal growth and self-help. So a lot of the motivational speakers that you know of and you may have heard of, it all goes back to these guys that were back in the early 1900s or mid 1900s or even before then. I mean, it even goes back to the Bible. You can take certain phrases out of the Bible. It's like, well, yep, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, and I will get into a little bit of that on this forgiveness. And in The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, it was talking about forgiveness. And that's what spurred me on today. Because when you don't forgive somebody, you're only hurting yourself. And I know we've all heard that. It's like, oh, you don't forgive them for them. You forgive them for you. Okay, fair enough. Now, the thing that I finally figured out is like, yes, you do have to forgive them. You do have to forgive yourself. I'll go into both of those real quick. The forgiving somebody else is difficult. I mean, when you're in the throes of something happening, for example, I had a terrible thing happen to me in 2005. Divorce, bankruptcy. My ex-wife, she had an affair with my best pal at the time, my closest friend, and I lost literally everything. My house, everything, literally. Atom bomb just goes off, and you leave Houston with nothing but your ass and a few things in a truck, and you go to LA. And all your property, all your family is pretty much gone because your family was, theirs basically. And you literally start over, knowing 4 people in the other side of the country. Now, when you're going through that, there's a time where it's like, you know what? If somebody says, well, you should forgive them, you're going to punch them in the dick because you're like, dude, oh, no, I'm not going to do that right now because I'm pissed. Okay, I get it. Get it? I've been there. And that is what we call, that's valid, but how long you are angry is part of the issue with forgiveness. How long can you hold a grudge? How long can you be angry? How long can you wish ill things upon somebody else until it affects you and your well-being and your physical health and mental health? How long does it take? It doesn't take that long, to be honest. And forgiveness is a choice. And when you're forgiving somebody else, something that they have done, then you really have to dig deep. And I had to dig deep. I have been wrestling with this for 15 years. And, I've forgiven. I've done many exercises in forgiveness with, many things, not just, that situation. I mean, God, there's so many other things that I can say, wow, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. Dick. And that's okay. My point here, for some of you, that this might really, really help. You can forgive somebody and you don't have to like them. See, true. I have forgiven. So, for example, I have forgiven my ex-wife. I have forgiven my ex-best pal. I wish them absolutely the best of all things in the world. Peace, happiness, blessings of all kinds. I wish that upon them as other human beings. I also know, I feel, in my opinion, they're terrible human beings for doing what they did. Now, are they still that way? Don't know. Don't care. Because what they did was awful. And they, lie, cheat, steal, etc. And you forgive them for that, not just for them, but for yourself. Because if I went around going, God, I hate those people. Look what they've done to me. Well, that would suck. Who'd want to be around that? Nobody. So when you're forgiving somebody, then what you do is you're saying, okay, golden rule. See, we know about the golden. What is the golden rule? You do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Yes, yes, that is golden rule. Now, the golden rule is not just a nifty little saying. If you are holding hate and pain and anger and all this stuff inside for somebody else, well, you're hurting yourself. So what would you like other people to wish you? You know, maybe you've made some mistakes. Maybe you've screwed up a couple of times and you go, yeah, I'd like to be forgiven for that because I am actually sorry. You know, you would like somebody to wish upon you health, peace, blessings, and joy. That's awesome. You'd like them to wish that upon you. And you say, great, thank you for that because they're wishing that upon you. Well, do it first. Wish it upon them. I mean, I wish that upon people because from this standpoint, you can wish somebody all the blessings of life. You can wish them all of that and still think they're a dick. That's fine. I still think he's a dick. Okay, it's my opinion. I don't hate him. I'm like, yeah, okay. I wouldn't, I don't want to be near him. I don't want to be near her. You know, I don't want to be around terrible people. So why would I do that to myself? You know, I'm not going to do that, but I wish them the best in their family and whatever they're doing. I absolutely go be awesome. Just do it over there, you know, and don't mess with my life because I don't have anything to do with you because I know who you are inside. Can people change? That's another argument for another time. People say, no, people don't really change. They just become more of who they are. Or people can totally change and become a completely different person. That's a discussion for a different time. Right now, we're talking about you. If you are holding a grudge for somebody in your heart, then you're only hurting yourself. And I know for some of you, it is hard to get over it. It is hard to move past that because, man, somebody did some terrible stuff to you. I get it. Dude, do I get it. I'm like the poster child. Have you been screwed over? You know, yeah, I'm that guy. Okay. But how long do you want to be that guy? How long do you want to be the poster child for that? You can't walk around going, I got hurt. I got screwed over. People are going to go, that's great. I'm going to go over here now. And it's not just that you're saying that. It's that there's an energy that you carry into rooms with you. I did for, probably a couple of years there at least. And I had to work on it. I had to do some therapies and training and like NLP and all these different things to learn, hey, I'm better. I'm better. You know, I can say, hey, you know what? I'm awesome. I learned that. I learned to love myself. And in loving myself, I learned that in order to love yourself, you've got to forgive yourself and you've got to forgive other people because that is what you're putting out there. If you're putting out toxic, then nobody wants to be around you. Nobody wants to be a part of your life because you're radiating negativity, which, yes, I know people say, oh, well, that's kind of woo-woo. Nope. Ha-ha. It's science. They've measured this stuff. You know, you can, that the auras and things like that, I can tell you right now, you know it's true. People are like going, no, it's not true because science says this or that. I'm like, well, guess what? You've all done it. You know it. You're a human being. You've walked into a room and felt, whoa, what is up in this room? Somebody is like negative or it's just funky. You go, man, I don't like that guy. There's something about that guy. There you go. You know the energy. Scientists too. I see there's something off with that man. Well, yes, there is something off with that man. You know, he's angry. He's not forgiven somebody. He's nuts. Who knows? Whatever it is. But we feel it as human beings. So that energy that you're putting out by not forgiving somebody, that's your problem, not theirs. Because I got to tell you something. If somebody has wronged you terribly in the past, and I want you to follow me here. I want you to listen very carefully to this one. If someone has wronged you in the past, they don't give a shit about you now either. They didn't care about you then. They don't care about you now. So, who are you hurting? Them? They don't care. If you're hurting, great. They hurt you. They wanted to hurt you. They're enjoying the fact that you're hurt. So fuck them. Forgive them. That's how you do it. You say, look, I don't care about you anymore. It's like I'm forgiving you for me, because I'm giving you this blessing. You can say, hey, you know what? If somebody does something to you again, you go, hey, peace be to you too, buddy. I wish you peace and joy and love, baby. All right. There you go. That'll mess with them. Trust me, that'll mess with them. And you feel better even saying that kind of thing. Because remember, they don't care. If they did, they wouldn't have done that thing in the first place. So they are not worthy of you. Understand that. Because if they're going to do something bad to you, then they're going to do something bad to other people too. It's their karma, not yours. So wish them peace and move on and say, baby, I'm going up. You go down or wherever the heck you want to go. I am not messing with you anymore. I'm giving peace, love to myself because I'm worth it. And I'm going this way. Now, if you've done something, if they've done something to you because of what you've done, then maybe you might be a little bit of a dick too. So, work that out amongst yourselves. But the main point is, if you're holding something and harboring something against somebody who hurt you badly, it's only hurting you. And your subconscious mind is holding all of that in. That might be keeping you from success. That might be keeping you from moving forward in the things that you want to do in your life. I know, I've dealt with it. I'll give you a prime example. I went out to LA. Now, 2005, I had just come off of about 5 movies or so in a couple of years before then. I had worked with 4 Academy Award nominees. 2 of them won. And I just finished up 5 weeks working with Frank Langella on a Disney film called Now You See It. And things were moving along, right? And then suddenly I'm thrust out to LA, all this shit happened, divorce, bankruptcy, blah, blah, blah. And I moved out to LA, started over. Well, I immediately went into, I'm going to get new headshots. And God put me over here. I'm going to be a star. I'm going to do all this stuff. So I didn't have a clue what I was doing in Hollywood. I had no idea. I'm one of those newbies that came to Hollywood. And I'm like, I'm going to be a star. And I did exactly what every newbie in Hollywood does. Fucked up over and over and over again. I got in my own way. Why? Because I was pissed. I was angry. I was going to do it to spite them. I was going to do it to be, I was toxic, dude. I was messed up. And I spent all my money on casting workshops and director workshops and casting director workshops and agents, et cetera, and got nothing. I got nothing. Why? My energy was toxic. I know that. I absolutely know that. And it affects me still to this day because people still remember that guy way back then. They don't know who I am now. They don't have any clue. They see me, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that guy. Like, no, I'm not the same guy. It's all right. I forgive you. Okay, I don't have to forgive them. But the point is, you have to change inside before anything else is going to happen. And the only way you can change inside is to make that decision to forgive somebody. And you have to mean it. That's the key. So here's the great part about this is, like I said, you have to forgive people that have wronged you in the past. And you can do that by understanding that people do what they do with the knowledge and resources and brain power that they have at that time. So you can say now, looking back 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a year past, whatever it is now, looking back and ask them, would you have done things the same way that you did? They would probably say, no, I was a little bit hard on you, or, oh, no, I really wouldn't have done it that way. We were just scared and this and blah, blah, blah. But they didn't back then have the knowledge and tools and techniques that they have now. So are they the same person? I don't know. Are the same people that did things to me in the past the same people? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not looking for that. I've already forgiven. So if they are the same person, pity them. It's very, very sad for them. And it has nothing to do with me. So you can forgive people based on that. There's a saying in neurolinguistic programming, they say, people are not what they do. People are people. People do things that sometimes are good, sometimes are bad. It doesn't mean they're a good or bad person. A good person can do a bad thing. A bad person can do a good thing. It doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean bad. They're people. We're humans. We screw up. And that happens. So if you forgive somebody, you can still say, I forgive you. You're still a dick. That's my opinion. You don't have to say you're a dick. I'm going to beat you up. No, it's just a fact. If somebody does something, you're like, well, you're a dick. Bye. I forgive you. I wish you the best of luck in all things. Bye-bye. And if you're going to screw other people over, hey, that's between you and them and your karma, but not me. I'm dancing on down the road, bitches. What's up? Woo! Here I go. I'm spreading forgiveness dust. Now suck it. So another aspect of forgiveness that I kind of wrestled with, and I'm not sure. Now, somebody might be able to tell me. I want to say it was Judaism, but I apologize if I'm not sure where that is. But there's the concept of you can forgive somebody, but they don't really get forgiveness until they ask for it. And by that, if it's by that term, then you're never going to get to forgive somebody, because if you got to forgive them until they ask for it, most people are never going to ask for it. So what do? Hold a grudge? Well, if they come and ask me for forgiveness, I will forgive them, but they're not asking, so screw them. Who's that hurting? Who's that hurting? I'm going to say you. So I guess the bottom line is, how much do you truly love yourself? How much do you believe that you are worth forgiveness? How much do you believe that the golden rule matters to you and for you, for other people, and you want other people to feel that way towards you? You want them to give you peace, joy, love, and blessings. You want them to wish that upon you. You've got to do it first. So go first. And believe me, I get it. You guys, some people have a really hard time with it. I did. It's incredibly hard to forgive somebody that did terrible things to you. Literally your worst fear, right, in the world. The person you believed and trusted more than anyone in the whole world completely betrays you on all levels and then just drags you through the mud. How do you forgive somebody like that? It's hard. It is difficult. And like I said, doing it in the moment there, it's almost Christ-like. It really is. What would Jesus do? That sort of thing. And when I was in it, people are like, oh, well, you really need to forgive them. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you got me confused with the guy named Jesus, because I'm over here, I'm Spike, and I went through all this, I was like, give me some time on this. Jesus could do it in a second. Yeah, he could also walk on freaking water. By the way, I can too if it's cold enough. But the point is, I'm not him. And you're not either. So get off your back. Give yourself a little grace in forgiving yourself for not forgiving others. But take the time to realize that it's only hurting you if you don't. And the power play, which is the best one for you, is to think about that golden rule. Do unto others as they will do unto you, and do that. So wish the other people all the best in all things. Blessings, joy, peace, etc., etc. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And work on meaning that, and think of it from the standpoint of, you know what? Maybe they did something terrible, but they're still human beings. We're all in this together. Have you ever done something that you wish you had been forgiven for, but you didn't ask for it? Think about that. I really would like to be forgiven, but I didn't come clean. I didn't tell them. I said something bad behind somebody's back, and I didn't fess up, and I didn't say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry for that. It just kind of laying out there. I'll bet you have something out there like that. So in the degrees, you may not have anything as bad as somebody, lying, cheating, stealing, adultery, all that kind of stuff, and breaking up an entire marriage, etc. You may not have all of that, but it could be something that you've done. It could be a little thing, big thing, whatever, but there's something in your life, somewhere in there, you're going to have something like that. So think about that for a second and say, you know what? I'm going to forgive myself for that. And I'm going to offer the blessings and joy to other people, in that moment, because maybe they reacted poorly. Maybe they don't know what they did. Maybe they do know what they did and they don't care and they're just a dick. Fine. But you forgive them because you're the bigger person, because you love yourself. If you're not forgiving somebody else, maybe you've got some esteem issues and you're beating yourself up because you don't think you're worthy of it. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are worthy of it. And like I said, sometimes the other person's just a dick. Let them be. Let them be. Don't become one yourself, because it's only hurting you. You are in a place where you have to understand that anything that you're thinking is going into your subconscious mind. If you've heard my podcast for any time or any of my coaching and training, you understand whatever you think is going into your brain. You're in charge of it. So you tell yourself, I wish peace, love, and et cetera, on these people. That's it. Leave it at that. You can still think they're a dick, but you don't have to want ill upon somebody just because they're a dick. I mean, you can look at any politician. I would say pretty much they're all dicks. And okay, I don't wish ill upon any of them. I wish them blessings because I want them to be better people, better human beings, and not doing anything to me particularly just to me. So, but I can wish that. I can say, I forgive you. I wish the blessings of peace, joy, and goodness on all of you. Everybody listening to this as well. Because I want other people to wish the same to me. And it is the law of reciprocity. So if you hold a grudge and you're not forgiving other people, then it's really only messing you up. And that's okay. Because you have the power to fix it right now. So wish these other people who have done something to you, get in a relaxed state. Don't get in the state of anger, because you're not going to forgive anybody when you're pissed off. Trust me. But when you can relax for a moment and go, what do I want for me? What do I truly want for me? I want other people to wish these things for me. Okay, great. Then I'm going to truly wish these things for other people right now. The people that have done things bad to me, I wish this for them, and I mean it. And I mean it. Whew. Put it out there. Put it out there in the world and take a deep breath and relax. Okay, I've forgiven him. Still a dick. Ain't going to hang around him. But let them go be a dick somewhere else because you've moved on. And that's what I'm talking about. So, all right, guys, have a great day wherever you are. Get out there, do some forgiving, and go back and listen to some of my other podcasts that I talk about forgiving yourself. You can go deeper into that, and you are awesome. Understand that. And give yourself some love by giving other people some love. And do it right now. And mean it. And have a great day. I'll see you on the next podcast. Adios. There you go, guys. Hello. I'm going to say hello to people here in just a second. Let me get this edited down, which I'm just going to export it so I can save it. The Mind Scrambler podcast. Yeah, Mind Scrambler podcast. Here, and it's I forgive you. You dick. There you go. Dick. There it is. Perfect. I think it was a pretty good one. I enjoyed that. I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to go with all of that, but I think I covered a lot of bases. Let's go back here. Okay, Jaden. Hi there. You have autism, Asperger's. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I don't know that much about those, but I know there are different various levels. And there you go. So I wish you the best and happiness and all of that. Action gives happy hugs. Okay. Blackburn, what's up? So you got Erendos, Brian Blackburn, Ashley's here. Oh, thank you. I'm a bigger man. No, I'm not. I'm actually smaller, and I'm losing a little weight. So I'm becoming a smaller man. Luigi agrees on some stuff. Forgiving someone because I just wanted to move on. There you go. Why, thanks, exclusive turtles who think I'm a cool guy. Erendos, you are loved. Oh, very good. Yes, perfect. Gonna go. All right. See you later, exclusive turtles. And Leo, ADHD, bit of autism. All right. Everybody's sharing. I don't really know why you're sharing all that, but I guess that's cool for you guys. Someone like that on Facebook just turned into a jerk. Got an ex like that. Yep. So we all have them, guys. William Anderson, good to see you. Well, you're welcome. Take care. Actually, the subtle art of not giving a fuck. You know, I haven't. That guy's like, I want to say that guy's like my spirit animal, because I picked up the book and I was reading it. I was like going, this is me, just like me. So I'm like, damn it. So I will be reading that. Not myself, but I hated myself all the time. I've hated myself all the time. Better person. Well, Luigi, you can stop that. You can work on that. And I'm telling you, if you haven't listened to all the podcasts, I know you listen to some of the podcasts. Go listen to the podcasts again, and you'll feel better, because there's a lot of amazing things that you can do. It just takes a little bit of work, and you're doing it. So you're here a lot. So thanks. Understanding people can be dicks, not your problem. Should that be? Yeah, Brian, that's true. That's true. Thank you, Luigi, for another podcast. Cardamofu. Get your podcast. At the end. Well, Carter, you can go listen to all of my podcasts, and I'm going to give you guys the link right now. It's real easy. Just go find the Mind Scrambler podcast on iTunes, but here's a link to the Mind Scrambler podcast. There you go. Here's a link. Pow. Go check it out. Yeah, so you can also go to spikespencer.com/podcast. iTunes only delivers them once a week. All of them are on my website first, so you can go over there and listen all you want. Let's see. Friend of first time catching. So welcome, Carter. Glad to have you. A friend of mine shared with me the most cursed effing alien video over. So cursed it makes the 4 kids jelly donut incident look legit. I have no idea what that is, Erendos. So I hope you get past that. Copy. Okay. You're welcome. Listen podcast. I would love to re-listen. Great. Go ahead. They're all there and available for you for free. And also, Luigi, I will tell you, look into the Reluctant Hero's Journey, because I do actual coaching there, and I let you guys know. And a lot more tips and tools and techniques. And there's a weekly challenge and a monthly hour-long sit down where I go deep into some stuff there. And plus, what's really cool about the Reluctant Hero's Journey is you've got other people there. So there's plenty of people that have dealt with things that you have dealt with, and you get to meet people. And these are people that are on the same journey that you are on. And it's very good. A lot of camaraderie, and a lot of people have made new friends there. It's really cool. Opening as a 4Kids version. I don't know. Sorry. Awesome Carter, very soothing listen to podcast. Well, I'm glad you like that. It'd be better if I did it in this voice. Okay, now we're going to talk about soothing things. First, close your eyes. Imagine a picturesque park, possibly a mountainside. Something along that line. I've done those. But if you guys have any questions about what I went over, I'm happy to chat it up with you right now. So I got a few more minutes, and if we don't get any more questions, I'm going to get out of here and go eat some lunch, because I'm a little hungry. I have no idea what I'm going to have for lunch. I must think about this. So what else can I tell you guys? Mainly that this was the podcast. We got that covered today. More podcasts coming up. I've got another 5 or 6 to load up. I could go for some Korean BBQ, but it's kind of difficult with Korean BBQ because we're gluten free, and everything with soy sauce is usually full of gluten, which we don't eat. I can, but I'm doing it for the family for right now. We're all kind of doing it, and which is weird because your soy sauce you can get it completely without the wheat, and it's better. I mean, why the wheat? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. But in all of their spices and marinades, it's already there. So it's a little difficult. And when you go and you're like going, I'd like some gluten free, they go, and they walk off and you're like, I don't think I'm gonna get gluten free. So yes, I got rid of it all the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of it for a while and see how that goes. I mean, Kim likes the scruff, so I got a little bit here. So I don't know. I may do it. That's all right, Arandos. I cook and I'm all into what is the? I lived in K-Town in Los Angeles, so Koreatown. There is a barbecue place on every corner, and went to some of those. Actually, we lived right across like 2 blocks away from one that was featured on The Best Thing I Ever Ate on Food Network, and it was called Eight. It was called Eight Korean Barbecue, and they specialized in pork, and yeah, we ordered there a couple times. Really good, really good. And it was good. It was like you could. What am I talking about? The sauce, the Korean sauce, the gochu, it's the red sauce. Oh, yesterday was the first time you ever tried it? Yeah, it's really good. You can do really well. But we're in Australia now, so there was a Korean place like 1 block away. Excuse me. You got that thing in the back of your throat. You're like, it's funny because I always said, yeah, I live in Koreatown and I don't like Korean food. For the most part, I didn't really like Korean food, but I got to learn to like it. I was like, you know what, man, that's really pretty good. It's okay. I'm a bigger fan of Vietnamese and Thai and Chinese, of course. I'm sure it's maybe the American version of Chinese, but man, in Texas, in Houston, we had the best Chinese buffets. Oh my God. That's one of the reasons why I love Chinese food, because it's all so many different things, and I want to eat all of it. I want some sweet and sour pork over here. I want some, sauteed Chinese green beans over here. I want dumplings over here. I want it all, man. That's why I love it. Because like when you go to a restaurant, you're like, I've got to order this one thing and then this. I'm like, no, I want it all. I want the egg rolls. I want the soup. I want the rice. I want the main dish. I want all of that. That's why I love lunch specials. I love lunch specials at Chinese restaurants. Well, there you go, Arandos. Do it. Make it. Go check out my book, Food Game, A Man's Ultimate Recipe for Dating Success, available on Amazon now. It went to #1 in 2 categories, and it is great. I only have like 10 recipes in there, but they're all super, super easy. And that's what it's designed for. It's designed for dating, but it's great. For example, one of the recipes is beef bourguignon. It's harder to spell than it is to make. Seriously. It's one of those classic French things. It's like you throw all this stuff in a pan, throw in some oil, some wine, and put it in the oven. Just let it cook. Don't do anything. Give it, a couple hours, and you're like, oh my God, it's so good. See you later. Arrivederci, Luigi. Boy. All right, guys. Well, I am going to boogie on out of here and get me some lunch. And I'm glad you guys were here. I hope you learned something. Yorendos, man. Slow cooker. Yeah. That's in my recipes. I wrote an article, actually. I think it was in I was a dating expert for the Singles Warehouse UK for a time, and I wrote articles for them. And I think one of them was your slow cooker. The slow cooker, your dating secret weapon. Because perfect. All right, guys, I'm heading out. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow right here. Bye-bye.